Hey y'all, welcome to Homestead Budgets. Today I wanted to do probably a video I should have done earlier on, but I wanted to do like a little explanation video on some of my envelopes, so that way you kind of know what they're for while I'm going through cash stuffings and unstuffings and things like that. So that's what we're going to do today. It's just going to be a chatty little video of what some of these things are and how they pertain to our budgeting journey. And yeah, we'll get right into it. If you haven't yet, I appreciate you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, share this video with your friends. I'm so excited to get this going and continuing to build the community that we've made here already. Alright, so we're going to start, where should we start? I'm going to start in like what I call my lower priority binder. So this is kind of things where, they're either things that are happening later in the year, so they're not like right on the forefront of my mind, or I just don't stuff every single time that I do a cash stuffing. Alright. So spending. Spending is one of those things I kind of moved it around from place to place when I was first getting my envelopes all straight. But since right now I am a bit more focused on paying off my debt, I wanted to put spending in this binder. That's why it's in a lower priority. If I have a little extra that I can put into it and let it roll over, so that way I can save up to, buy something a little bit bigger, then that's what I'll do. But that's why that's here. Other than that, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Health is for some of the co-pays I have. I've talked about it in a couple of different videos, but me and my husband are on our TTC, or trying to conceive journey. So we are going in for different testing, things like that, different doctors' oh my goodness, cannot talk. Different doctors' copays, different specialist copays. So that's what that envelope is for. And then self-care, that for me, I'm pretty positive I talked about it in a previous video, that I'm not really big on getting like my nails done or anything like that. So this is more of like for haircuts. If I want to go out and spend, I might do like a massage or a facial. Or if I'm just having a crap day and I don't have any more money in my eating out folder and I want to go order some not so great Chinese because it makes me feel better, it comes out of self-care. It's whatever I feel like using it for. And then Christmas, not so much that saving for Christmas itself is a low priority for me. It's more of just because, we're in April and it's all the way at the end of the year. I know that I have time to save for it. There are other things that are a bigger priority for me to save for right now that are a little bit more on the front of my mind. And as we get further on into the year, this may move its way over to the higher priority folder. And then gifts, I just stuff this where I can. This is for birthdays, baby showers, bridal showers, weddings, what have you. If I just want to get a pick-me-up gift for somebody, that's what this guy's for. And then annual bills. This is just something, we don't have a ton of bills that we pay annually, but I would like to move into paying more of our bills annually, because I feel like sometimes you get a discount when you do that. I know for right now I've got my Amazon is on an annual cycle, and I have one other bill and it's slipping my mind at the moment that I know is charged. Oh, my Costco membership. So that's what comes out of here. But I do want to work on beefing this up a little bit when we can, to be able to switch more things over to being paid annually versus monthly or quarterly or anything like that. And that's it for this one. Next, I will do our home/homestead binder. So there are some envelopes in here that I know not a lot of people have, they're kind of like homestead specific. So that's why they're in here versus like being in a higher priority or anything like that. Bulk shopping. So, you know, again, we are on a working farm. I have gardens here. So for the most part, we produce a lot of our own meat and veggies. So this is for more of like bulk dry goods or fruits that we can't grow in our area. Different household items, things like that. Feed. So this is for what we call our livestock animals. You know, our laying chickens, any livestock animals that we have on the property. It doesn't include our dogs. Our dogs are separate. But, you know, because I buy dog food a different place than I buy like our chicken feed and pig feed and things like that from, we just have a separate envelope for it. And then garden, pretty self-explanatory. This is for, you know, I just stuff it here and there when I can. And then that way, if for whatever reason I have, you know, broccoli starts, for example, that don't do super well for me starting at home, I try to start a lot of my seedlings at home versus like buying them at like a big box store or a nursery or something like that. But if I want to go do that, that's what this is for. If I need to, you know, get more of a certain kind of fertilizer or more of a certain kind of soil, whatever, anything pertaining to the garden, that's what this is for. And then house maintenance, you know, just starting to save up for, we purchased our house, when was it? October or November of 2021. So we're still in like the first couple of years, and our home luckily does have like a warranty on most things that are here. But I wanted to kind of get into the habit of putting a little bit away, from every paycheck to cover, you know, something going bad. I feel like I don't want to say something specific and like jinx it. But you know, something stops working, something needs to be replaced. Filters, air filters need to be replaced. That's what this is for. And then electric. Electric is just in here, versus being like a bills binder, because our electric bill is a little bit more with some of the watering systems that we have set up and grow lights for my seedlings for right now, because it's not quite warm enough to have them be outside and use the sun. So that's why this is here, and just saving a little bit for that. I feel like everything is going up, but our electric definitely jumped up. I feel like end of last year, beginning of this year, and it's definitely quite a bit more expensive, even though we, at the time, were using the same amount of energy that we were before. So that's what that is, and that's it for this binder. Next, I'm going to do my business binder, and this one is a little bit of a work in progress. I'm not exactly sure. So I have one I have one main business that is like where I get my primary income from. But I also have started a couple of other businesses that branch off of that. So I'm not really sure if I want to keep that all in the same binder, since the income's going to be coming from different places, or if maybe, you know, when that income, sorry, Shugbutt, you okay? That's a good girl. Sorry, that's our dog. But as those incomes start to generate more, I think I may set up separate binders for each one of them, just so that way this one doesn't get like too bulky or anything like that. Taxes. So this is here for when I just want to stuff either extra or, you know, small amounts or something like that. If I have a client that's paying cash, I'll take out a percentage and put it in here. But for the most part, my taxes, I just immediately transfer when my income comes into my personal account. I will transfer the taxes just straight over to my high yield savings account and let that sit there until tax time. Car maintenance. So my business is kind kind of focused around, I do travel a lot, I use my car a lot, I'm going through a lot of gas, I'm putting lots of miles on my car. So this is for anything from oil changes, new tires, anything like that. Not gas, because gas has its own, but this is just specifically for, oh, and my candle has bit the dust. This is, and I think I have another one, but this is a candle that I got last fall from Trader Joe's, and it's the Honeycrisp Apple, and I love it. It smells so good. It smells like apples, which, like, when it comes to fall time, I'm a big, like, apple-y scented person versus, like, cinnamon, pumpkin, that kind of thing. That was very random, but I just didn't want the smoke to be hindering y'all from being able to see anything. But yeah, that's for what that is for. Gas, again, I go through a lot with my business, so that's why it is specifically in my business binder. You know, any gas that I'm putting in my personal vehicle for when I'm not working is separate. Most of the time I just leave that in my account because it's honestly far and few between that I am driving anywhere for personal reasons. Most of the time I'm driving around for my business. And then insurance. So since I'm self-employed, my insurance is actually set up through my husband's work. I'm just on his plan. And for the most part, I am just sending him virtually that money. I think it comes out like every week. But I wanted this in here for when I start to get a month ahead and being able to stuff this and then just either giving it to him or putting it back in the bank and sending it over, however I decide to do that. But that's what this is for. So that's why it doesn't get stuffed too often. But once I do start getting a month ahead on everything, it will have at least the weekly amount in there. Well, I guess the monthly amount if I'm getting a month ahead, right? Okay. And then I was going to do my high priority saving, or my high priority sinking funds, and then my savings binder, but we actually did something a little exciting this week. We picked up, we got a new puppy, and that's why we were traveling a bit more this week to go pick him up and everything. So I actually have a envelope in here that needs to move. He's actually right at my feet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put him in the frame like super well, but come here, sire. So this is him. He's probably not gonna look up, but he is just a tiny baby, and it's been a couple of days with him, and it has just been a lot of fun. It's been a while since we've had a puppy, so definitely kind of getting used to everything that goes with that. But yeah, he's a sweet boy. He's a Doberman. I know it's probably hard to tell with that footage of him, but he is going to be a big, big boy. But for right now, he is super tiny, and I'm loving just being able to carry him around, because give him 3 months and I won't be able to do that anymore. So, all right, Bubba, go on. Okay, that's it. You're a little nervous for your first camera appearance, huh? All right, so with that, the pets envelope is actually going to be moving over because I'm not saving I've already saved up for like all of his vet bills and different things like that. So I don't really need to have this in my savings binder anymore. So now it's going to flip over to my high priority sinking funds, which I will do in a minute. So that way I can just be putting in a little bit for like his food and different supplements and things like that. So getting into the rest of this, I have my emergency fund, which I've talked about before. For right now, this is actually like my month ahead savings, which I do have a bit in my high yield savings account already. That's why there's a couple of placeholders in here. But once that month ahead is straight, then we will get an actual like $1,000 emergency savings. I know that's like a little bit backwards from the Dave Ramsey steps, but it's just, it's a way for me to just be able to regulate my self-employment income a little bit better, because I felt like I was like tripping over my own 2 feet trying to budget with an income that's not the same week to week, and it's very difficult. So that's how I kind of decided to go about that. This is my A savings. So this is a savings. I wish I remember the creator that I saw. I was watching videos the other day and I saw that she did this, I believe, for her daughter. And I wish I knew her name so I could give her credit. But she basically, every week or bi-weekly, however often she cash stuffs, she will stuff the age of her daughter in cash in the envelope. So this is actually for my niece. I'm not going to share her name right now, just for privacy reasons. So it's just a savings. But she is 3, so with every cash stuffing from now on, I'm going to be stuffing $3 in there. And then when she gets to her 18th birthday, me and her mom can kind of decide what's going to happen with that, whether she's going to get a certain portion of it, if she wants to use it towards college or trade school, or her first apartment, you know, whatever she wants to do with that. But it will be like a substantial amount. And I know that if I was given that amount as an 18-year-old, it would have been gone in like a week. So we'll help her out with that. But I wanted to start something since she is so small and I do have lots of time for it to build up. This is my mat leave binder. So it's my maternity leave. Again, we are trying to conceive, and when we started that journey, I did start stuffing this because, again, I am self-employed, so I don't have like employer-based maternity leave. I kind of have to save for that myself. I know that I'll want to take time not working day to day, because my day-to-day job is like pretty physical too. So I know just even the healing aspect, I will have to take time where I'm not working, and I just want to make sure, you know, my portion of everything is still able to be paid. So I'm just kind of putting a little bit away each paycheck, so that way I can have, you know, maybe a month or 2 saved up for whenever that time comes. And then this is a 100 envelope challenge. I've only done it a little bit. I've kind of had some other savings goals that were a bit more of a priority for me. And then when I probably like a month or 2 ago, I cleared out almost everything, and like put a big payment down towards one of my credit cards, because I really just wanted to get it to a 0 balance. So I emptied what I had in here out. I am making notes kind of on the back that, you know, I'm going to use different colors to color these in as I save them. And then if I do decide to do, you know, another pull out of, you know, my envelopes in the future to put towards a debt, you know, then I'll just make another note of like, you know, pulled olive pink to, you know, pay whatever debt I'm working on at that moment. And then this is a $500 mini savings challenge that I got from someone that I ordered the placeholders from. And again, I don't remember her name. I will try to find the Etsy shop and link it below. But she sent me like that little freebie. So when I get more, you know, in a savings mindset versus a paying off debt mindset, I'll be able to use that a little bit. Alright, so that's the savings binder. And we will end with high priority slash. There are a couple of like bills that happen, you know, pretty regularly in here. And then we're going to put the pet envelope in here too. And we will put that here because I want to leave debt at the back. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. Groceries, pretty self-explanatory. We don't stuff a lot in here because, again, we produce a lot of our food here, which is honestly such a blessing. I'm so glad that we got into this, you know, years ago when we did. because I know that grocery bills are just outrageous right now. And I feel very lucky that, we put in some work every day on our farm. We put in the manual labor, and we're able to save some money week to week by going to the grocery store. So this is just really for if we need something specific, if we need a fruit or citrus or, something like that we obviously don't grow ourselves. That's what this is for. Dining out, that's just for, this is more of for me, if I want to grab lunch while I'm out working or something like that, which I don't do terribly often. But that's more for me. The date night envelope is more of for if me and my husband are going out, even if it's not a big fancy date night kind of thing, we will still use that if, we're just going to Taco Bell or something, because sometimes that happens on day dates. Our favorite place to go is Taco Bell. We love tacos. Yeah, so that's what that's for. Baby fund, again, this is just saving up for when that time comes for, if we need to get a couple of things before baby comes, if we, feel good and stocked up before baby comes and we use it afterwards for diapers or whatever. That's what this is for, just putting a little bit away every week. So that way, when that time comes, we don't feel like we're shelling out lots of big amounts of money out of our paychecks and, really, really feeling that. Date night again. This is for when me and my husband go out, whether we're going out to do something together or go out to eat together or do a day date or whatever. That's what that's for. Vacation is just saving up for when we go away. We've got my best friend's wedding is coming up next month. I can't believe it. So what's in here right now is going towards the Airbnb that we have rented for that. I have another friend who has a wedding in the fall. So once we finish saving for the May wedding, we will then have to start saving for probably an Airbnb again for our friend's wedding that's in October, because we don't really have any big vacations planned for this year. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. If we decide to do a quick trip somewhere, then we can stuff that for that. But for right now, it's just things here and there to cover when we're going out of town for some weddings this year. And then pets, like I said, this was in my savings binder because we were saving up for our puppy and for some of his vet bills and things like that, because it's just with puppies, it's just a lot in the beginning. So that's all done. So now this is going to turn into a sinking fund for his food, saving up a little bit for vet bills for in the future. Heaven forbid that there is an emergency of that kind. So that's why that has moved over here. And then the debt envelope. This is kind of just for when I have extra going through the budget. It gets put in here. If I am done stuffing, the little amounts here and there into different sinking funds, and then I have $100 left over, it gets put in here because it's getting put towards whatever credit card I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, that is it. Those are all of our envelopes. I know I feel like I kind of explain a couple here and there when I'm going through and doing cash stuffings. But I just wanted to make this so that way I can kind of reference back to it if any of you have questions about what specifically something is for, and I don't, specifically talk about that one thing in the video that you are watching. So yeah, that's about it. I know that the day that I'm filming this is Friday, and I'm very excited for the weekend. I hope it's actually Easter weekend coming up. And I hope that you all have a really great weekend, doing whatever you're doing. If you're getting together with family or just taking it easy over the weekend, I hope that you have a great time, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.